Welcome to the GoalZero Toolbox Talk series. Today's Toolbox Talk: Respirable Silica. Overexposure to respirable crystalline silica particles can lead to serious, sometimes fatal illnesses including silicosis, lung cancer, tuberculosis, in those with silicosis, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. In addition, silica exposure has been linked to other illnesses including renal disease and other cancers. Silicosis is a progressive disease and there is no cure upon its onset, thus minimizing your exposure to respirable crystalline silica is the key to prevention. Silicosis is an incurable lung disease that can lead to disability and death. Silicosis is the result of the body's response to the presence of silica particles in the lung. Silica particles are very small in size and can reach deep into the lungs, all the way into the alveoli, where they are removed by white blood cells. Free crystalline silica causes the white blood cells to break open, which form scar-like patches on the surface of the alveolus. When many of these scars form, the alveolar surfaces become less elastic. Over time, this damage reduces the transfer of gases, which can lead to shortness of breath. There are three major types of silicosis, each with its own set of symptoms. Acute silicosis occurs after a few months or as long as 2 years after exposure to extremely high concentrations of silica dust. Signs and symptoms of acute silicosis include shortness of breath, weakness, fever, cough, and weight loss. Chronic silicosis is the most common and occurs after 15 to 20 years of moderate to low exposure. Symptoms may or may not be obvious. People suspected of having chronic silicosis may need to have a chest X-ray to determine if there is lung damage. As the disease progresses, sufferers may experience shortness of breath when exercising and have clinical signs of poor oxygen/carbon dioxide exchange. In the later stages, the sufferers may experience fatigue, extreme shortness of breath, chest pain, or respiratory failure. Accelerated silicosis onset is quicker than chronic silicosis and can be detected after 1 to 10 years of high exposure. Symptoms include severe shortness of breath, weakness, and weight loss. Crystalline silica is a naturally occurring mineral found abundantly in the Earth's crust. It occurs in several forms, with quartz being the most common form. It is a component of sand, stone, and rock, and thus also a component of man-made materials such as concrete, brick, block, and mortar. In the stone industry, exposure to crystalline silica often occurs as part of common workplace operations involving cutting, sawing, drilling, grinding/sanding, and crushing of natural and engineered stone products such as granite and slate, and in the quarrying of these materials. Medical issues that may be caused by inhalation of respirable silica include inhalation and overexposure to respirable crystalline silica particles, tiny invisible particles, has long been known to cause lung disease including silicosis, a disabling, non-reversible and sometimes fatal lung disease. Several agencies have designated or concluded that crystalline silica is carcinogenic to humans, causes cancer, including the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC, and the U.S. National Toxicology Program. Additionally, the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, NIOSH, U.S., has also recommended that respirable crystalline silica be considered a potential occupational carcinogen.